In October, leaders from across the fintech industry gathered in Las Vegas to chart the future of finance. J.D. Durkin was on the ground and asked Ran Goldie, Fireblocks' SVP of Payments and Network, how close we are to 24/7 global settlement across global payment networks. Here is what he had to say.
I don't understand the question because we're there. Like, in a way, you can now actually go into a store, pay a merchant with a card that's actually linked to a digital asset-based wallet. That wallet is, in a way, the issuer of your funds. They'll settle with Visa instantly with a stablecoin. Visa will settle with the acquirer instantly with a stablecoin. And if the acquirer is actually settling with their merchants instantly, then by the time you leave the door of that store, the merchant will already have the funds. So it's possible, we're there. Is it scaled? Is it mainstream? Is it everywhere? No. It will take, honestly, a decade probably. Look, people think that innovation happens overnight. You and I have been doing this for a while. I'm still waiting for my fridge to order milk without me, right?
Yeah, right.
But they've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, the Internet of Things. Yeah, we were there a while ago.
Right, so we're all like super hyped about innovation. It happens, but it takes time. So it's out there, but it will take another decade probably to reach all of us.
What are the biggest things that need to happen, you think, from now through the next 10 years to actually make it a little bit more of a reality, Ran?
You're not gonna like the answer, but as always, it's actually regulation. Because you saw what happened in the last year. Like Genius Act came to life, and suddenly you have huge companies like MoneyGram stepping in, Western Union, you have banks announcing that they're coming in. It's all because of regulation. Once the government say to these big folks that are actually moving money globally, you can do this, they're all over it. So this is what's happening right now in the US. We want this to happen in Europe as well. We need more regulation. We want it to happen in LATAM, in India, all over the place, Japan, just regulation.
I'm a former politics reporter, so believe it or not, I love that response, that it's regulation and governance, because that's really front and center.
Most people in digital assets and DeFi do not like this answer. This is why I'm not invited to parties, but that's the reality. We need the world to accept it so it become a world thing.
We'll throw our own party then in this case, and we'll talk about all this good stuff. Talk to me about what tokenization at scale really looks like for banks and big institutions.
Oh, that's a great question, because right now it's a very siloed, I would say, industry and economy in digital assets. You have more than like 1,000 different types of digital assets. You have stable coins, you have crypto, you have whatever. They're not interoperable at all. When we're talking about a future of everything is tokenized, first of all, we need to understand that we need to go towards interoperability, right? Like, it doesn't help if bank A, B, C, D, E all create their own stable coin. They all need to create something that, like, the dollar is interchangeable, right? We need the same in the stablecoin world. We need the same in the tokenized assets world. That's like step one. This will take time as well. The other thing is, I think that people don't understand, stablecoins are in a way a phase. They're a stepping stone. Like, we can say this because no one's hearing other than your probably 2 million listeners, but stablecoins are not amazing for banks. Banks do not like one-to-one reserve. They want to rehypothecate funds. So stablecoins will probably slowly move over to be a tokenized deposit. Once tokenized deposits are, I guess created by more and more banks globally and with interoperability, then we'll get to this world. And then finally, the world will run 24/7. But again, baby steps.
Baby steps, and we'll get there. Tell me about some of the ways that your institutional clients are using digital assets simply beyond crypto trading.
So, I look at this world of digital assets as like 3 waves. In 2017, if you were an institution, all you would talk to us about was, how can I hold Bitcoin for my clients? That's, that was nice, and Bitcoin's great, buy it. Obviously, I invented it, so I want people to buy it. I'm kidding. But
I was like, oh, that was you. Yeah.
My second name's Satoshi. But so in 2017, it was all about custody. In 24, 25, right now it's payments. All these institutions are asking us, how can I create stablecoin accounts for my businesses, not retail yet, to get paid in a stablecoin, pay out in a stablecoin. What I think will be the next wave of institution adoption is tokenized assets, which we've already made clear, money market funds, tokenized deposits, tokenized securities like Robinhood did recently. That is what I think they will be talking more about with us.
What would you say are among the biggest barriers still holding back enterprise-grade adoption for on-chain payments?
So it's really that those organizations need to feel comfortable, because again, the regulation, especially in the US, the regulation is sort of here, not 100% here, but sort of here. But you still, when you go to a large institution, you still meet people who, and again, I'm not blaming anyone, they just still don't know. Like, a stable coin, do I really trust this? Like, who is this company Circle that is now public and worth 10x of what it was worth a year ago? Should I trust this? The answer is yes, by the way, but they're still afraid of understanding how the compliance works, how risk management works. They're all getting there, and I think that we've been having conversations with literally more than 150 banks right now. They're exploring. So I think that what it will take is more education, more time. I had a banker come to me and tell me, you guys keep giving us a hard time because you're saying we're not innovative. You guys only made this thing up called digital assets like 8-9 years ago, and we're already using it. In banking, that's really fast. So proportions.
Yeah, everything with a little bit of context necessarily there. Before I let you go, got to ask about the acquisition of Dynamic. We actually spoke with them here at Money 2020 yesterday. How does a relationship like that come about? And what do you feel Fireblocks can now more uniquely do now that it could not do previously?
Yeah, so I think what we've seen over the last 18 months is that more and more payment companies actually want to create wallets for their end users that they're not capturing. So even if we look at what MoneyGram said, that was like 3 weeks ago maybe, they were very focused on the sender side. They never captured the receiver. Now with these non-custodial wallets, a wallet that an entity like MoneyGram, for example, can issue to the receiver without over-complexing their wallet, without too much regulation and stuff around that, that helps them capture a user that was actually never in their ecosystem. So that's what big enterprises should do. Think about how they're quickly issuing more wallets so they could capture more revenue, more market share. And I think we bought them because they're probably the best company in the space, and we're super excited to give that technology to all the payments institutions working on Fireblocks.